Students at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill are still reeling after their first week of classes ended with the tragedy of yet another school shooting. On Monday, after an armed gunman shot and killed an associate professor in one of the campus's buildings, the entire school was on lockdown for more than 3 hours, during which time students across the campus were forced to run and hide. Some were caught on camera jumping out of windows to escape. And today, the school's student newspaper, the Daily Tar Heel, gives a stark look at the sheer terror those students were facing in those 190 minutes. The entire front page is filled with harrowing text messages between UNC students and their loved ones while they were in lockdown. Messages like, "I'm so scared. We love you. Please let me know when you are safe. And I wish these never happened." A devastating reminder of the reality our children are constantly forced to face, only in America. Joining me now are Emmy Martin, Emmy Martin, editor-in-chief for the Daily Tar Heel. Emmy, thank you very much for being here. Talk about the sort of origin and making of this incredible cover.
Joy, thank you for having me. It was quite a process. I mean, I was in lockdown on Monday, and as soon as me and the other students at the Daily Tar Heel knew that we were safe, we headed to our newsroom and we started talking about how we were going to cover this tragic event, what our front page would look like. We had something planned for that week. It was a football preview paper. We knew we had to scrap it. And so we switched to something fully focused on the events of Monday. So many students were scared. I was scared in lockdown, didn't know if we were safe. Hands were shaking, pulse was racing. But that night, looking through all of the messages that I had received that day and seeing so many other students who had received texts like, "Are you safe? There's someone dead. Where are you?" I just figured this is such a universal experience on this campus and on campuses where there have been shootings that we had to put this on our front page.
Which is a shameful, yeah, it's a shameful commentary on America that this is a routine experience for your generation. Let me play some of your fellow students at UNC.
We all just stayed hiding in the stalls, squatting on the toilets, just scared. We didn't know what was happening.
I don't think that any of us are going to be able to go on without kind of looking over our shoulder for the next couple days, weeks, months.
This is a situation that we really shouldn't even have to be worrying about. You know, we're in class and lecture, and we have to be concerned about gunmen coming into our classrooms and, you know, hurting people when we're just here to learn, like anybody should be able to. So I'm very angry about this, and something needs to be done.
Can you speak to the people who believe that this is okay, that this is normal, that you know, protecting people's ability to get their hands on whatever weapons they want is more important than you guys not feeling this way, than kids not feeling this way?
I think until you're in a situation where you're scared for your life and you don't know who's going to come into your room, or you don't know if you're safe, you don't fully understand the full extent of gun violence and the issue of gun violence in America. I had never gone through a situation like this before. And now that I have, it's still hard to process and hard to think about all the people who have also gone through this or have gone through this multiple times. And it's definitely a national issue. And seeing the response to our paper from everyone across the nation, including President Biden, just recently posted on his social media, it's been overwhelming, and it also shows how big of an issue this is.
And I mean, whenever, you know, anyone sort of takes a stand that says this shouldn't be normal, the pushback is usually furious the other direction. Have you all received that kind of negative response?
We have received an overwhelming positive response. I think creating something that encompasses or embodies what students felt on campus was the goal. And yes, I think our front page of the paper has a bigger message, but I personally have not seen that much of a pushback from any side.
Well, that is at least a little bit of good news. We are glad that you are safe, Emmy Martin. We are glad that you are making the world of journalism better even before you get out of school, my dear. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for doing what you did.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. We'll be right back.